have hot dogs or apple pie or no Chevrolet to drive, but we have some hickory smoked wings you're just dying to try. You'll try them, you'll like them, you'll give some to a friend. So on a dare, just stop on by and bring in a friend. Slick Pig Barbecue, 1920 East Main.
Rutherford Issues with Brian Barrett on FM 101.9 and AM 1450 Murfreesboro, FM 100.5 Smyrna, and streaming at WGNSradio.com.
We are back here on Rutherford Issues from News Radio, WGNS, and a jam-packed show today. A bit later on, we're talking with our friends from the Salvation Army, but right now, we are talking about Rutherford County PAWS, and today we have Gracie Martin joining us in studio. And how are you today?
I'm doing good. How are you? Long time no see.
I know. Where have you been?
You know, I've been around, but I'm back, and I am so ready to dive into what we're talking about today.
Well, we've got a lot to get into here with you today, and you brought a special guest, so we'll launch into that here as well. But I guess, first of all, maybe tell me about PAWS. What is PAWS?
PAWS is our local animal shelter here in Rutherford County. We do a little bit of everything. So we have our free spay-neuter program for Rutherford County residents. We have our animal control officers out there every day keeping us safe. And of course our adoptions and adoption events. So we're here talking about how we need some help. We need some help today.
Need some help.
Yes,
okay.
We do.
Well,
we try to get involved with the community as much as possible, but we definitely need people like who we're about to speak with that come in and help us out.
So your job, I guess, specifically is to, I guess, maybe spread the word about what's going on at PAWS, and also to get the word out about needing that help, right?
Promoting animals all day, every day. It's what I do. I'm also very fortunate that I get to do our events. So we have a multitude of different events that we do at PAWS. We do our adoption specials. So that's kind of like where we do Empty the Shelters 4 times a year with the Bissell Pet Foundation. We just recently had our PAWS Pet Fest this past weekend with Petco Love. We also do our annual events. So we have Santa Paws coming up. That's on December 8th, where we do free photos with Santa. And we also did our Doggone Adoption event, which it was a hoedown in April. So that one was really fun. But we also just do, you know, educational presentations to schools. We get to go to like career days and things like that. So we're always doing stuff where we need extra helping hands. Yeah. Yes.
Let me ask about Santa Paws just a second, because I'm just I'm thinking about how that goes with children and how children get scared, you know, sometimes about with Santa. Do dogs and cats do the same?
Honestly, so we did it one time. It was actually really fun. We had over like 200 people show up.
Wow.
So it was a lot, but we had so much fun. We kind of get them in a quiet room. So it's just you and Santa. We do slow introductions. And I don't think anyone really got scared of Santa.
Oh, good.
So yeah, if you're looking for, you know, a family photo with Santa this year, it's free. Come on down. We do it from 2 to 4. So, yeah, we'll get you in and out really quick, and we have Grady's Classic Concessions. He's coming, so he'll be doing hot chocolate and stuff for everybody.
Can't wait. That sounds like fun.
It is very fun.
So, just a few of the annual events, and I'm sure that those events are things that you could always use volunteers for, right?
Yes. So it kind of looks like whatever you'd like it to look like. So if you're somebody that wants to come in and help set up tents, we need those helping hands. If you're saying, oh, I want to help with adoptions and help more on that end, we can always use that as well. We need people to hand out promo, oversee games, and, you know, just help face paint. You know, I'm not the best face painter, I will admit. So anybody that has that special talent, creativity, please come on down. Help us out. We need you.
I think I called you by the wrong name a minute ago. It's Hill,
okay.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
I just thought about that. So I reverted back to the old maiden name again, Gracie Hill. But anyway, so, you know, how does someone begin volunteer? I know we're going to talk to one of your great volunteers. So.
Super easy. So right now we're in between coordinators. So if you are interested in doing event volunteering, just reach out to me. Email me. My email is ghill@rutherfordcountytn.gov. and I will get you plugged in as soon as possible. We'll have you fill out the volunteer application, and we'll work and we'll get you in.
It sounds like a wide variety of things, whether it's helping out at events or, helping out around PAWS.
Yes. And I mean, who better than to talk to the cat man who's been doing this for, how long have you been volunteering at PAWS?
Over a year now.
Wow.
And I love it. And especially being the cat man.
Oh, yeah. So
The cat man. Okay. We've talked a little bit before. Pull that mic up a little bit closer to you right there. We want to be sure to hear you. How did you get that nickname, by the way?
Well, I have had cats for 6 years myself. And when I got to PAWS, that was my main interest, was to take care of cats. And so I got into that, and it's been just great. That's all I do when I get there. I go in, I take care of them. I start at one end and I go to the other end, and I talk to them first, and then I go back and start petting. And I do that the whole time I'm there, and it's an amazing feeling to do that. I've learned a lot about body language with my cats, and as well as the cats at PAWS, like their ear position, tail position, their eyes, all that are indicators of how they feel, if they're scared, if they're happy to see me, stuff like that.
Cats definitely have. So I'm a dog person. So
Cats have catitude.
Catitude, okay, and it's definitely different. So having cats at home, you obviously know what a catitude is.
Absolutely,
absolutely. So having cats at home, you kind of understand catitude.
Yes, absolutely. And through PAWS, I've learned about all the different breeds of cats and dogs. All the animals have different personalities and mannerisms, and all are unique animals, every one of them.
Yeah.
They're all different.
Why volunteer? I mean, what led you to start volunteering?
Well, I retired, and I was looking for something to do. My wife volunteers at different places as well, as and we do different days, so we get a little break from each other.
So that's what it was. She said, "Get out of the house."
Basically,
okay.
Yeah. But and again, any of the animals at PAWS would make a wonderful pet for you. So just come in, take a look around, see what's going on.
How do you keep from taking home all the cats at PAWS?
Ooh,
Well, I
good
was
question.
told not to. I have 3, so that's a lot to take care of.
Well, that means you have come home and said, "Honey, there's this beautiful cat. What do you think?" Right?
Well, actually, she asked the other day if there was a little black kitten that came around that she wanted to adopt her own cat.
Oh, really?
Because mine are like mine, I guess. It's something else. It really is.
So, is there another cat maybe coming home?
Possibly. We're still talking about it. I don't know how mine would do, because they've been in the house for 6 years, and just them two. And I have a feral cat that lives outside in my shop, and she's not wanting to come in yet, but I'm working on it.
All right. So, for folks who don't know what a feral cat is, kind of tell us what that is.
A feral cat is basically a wild animal, and they say that feral cats can't be tamed. Well, my first one was feral, and she is tame as she can be. She sleeps with us, so does her. And then she had kittens, and we kept one of the kittens, and he sleeps with us as well.
How about that? So
He has the special touch.
I guess
He really does.
it takes a
AKA
while,
the
though,
cat
doesn't
man.
it?
It does.
Yeah.
It took quite a while, and this feral cat that's living in my shop now, she's been around for like over a year, and I can pet her. I can, she comes around. She loves to be petted. I can put a collar on her.
I bet you're the only person, though,
Oh
right?
yeah.
right now.
No one else can get near her. If somebody else walks in the shop, she's gone. So,
Are there cats at PAWS that you're the only one that really has a connection with at this point?
there's one that was put out, and I think it's going to be put up for a barn cat. And when I first got to her, I was talking to her, and I'd gently reach in, and just kept introducing myself, and now I can pet her, and it's just amazing, and it's just really an amazing feeling inside.
I guess maybe may have to change from Catman to Cat Whisperer or something.
Yeah.
You know?
I would say so, because he has a special touch with him for sure.
Yeah. 6 years, hopefully long time. Keep Steve around here, huh?
We're trying.
I plan on staying as long as I can get up and get there.
Yeah.
So,
well, it takes special people like Steve, and you know, you make connections, Gracie, and those are the, you know, volunteers like Steve are great. Mm-hmm. If you want to come and give a few hours, you can give a couple of days, whatever. Mm-hmm. I mean, if you can give your time, those are the type volunteers that you're looking for. But it can be whatever your schedule allows, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Any time that you feel like you have the time to come on in. We'd love to have you. Steve,
what would you say to someone who's thinking about volunteering? Why would you recommend that they volunteer?
Well, it's just a wonderful feeling, you know. The experience for me is just, and it would be the same for any volunteer. And whether you're a cat person, if you like dogs, cats, rabbits, guinea pigs, horses, cows, chickens, goats, etc., we've had all those at PAWS.
Roosters.
So roosters, yeah, everything. It's insane that how many different animals come through there. I mean, there was a bull that it was just running loose, and they captured it and brought it.
I remember that.
Yeah, that
was a fun time.
Yeah, and they got hay and took care of it, and it had food and water.
We do what we can.
Yeah, and it's just amazing. And like I said, if you have any time at all to give to PAWS, all the animals would love you for it. There's several different jobs for volunteers, and I'm sure you could find a job that suits you perfectly.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's awesome. Gracie, tell me one more time how folks who are listening, if they want to volunteer, how they could do that.
Yeah, so just email me, Gracie Hill. So my email is ghill@rutherfordcountytn.gov. So if you are looking to get involved in anything event-wise, please email me. If you're looking to volunteer, just fill it out on our website. There's a little volunteer tab, and we'll get you plugged in as soon as we can.
Perfect. Well, I appreciate you both coming in.
Well, thank you for
very
having
much.
us.
Absolutely. More Rutherford issues to come here in just a few. You're listening in to News Radio WGNS.
Finding that missing shin guard, remembering whether it's a home or away game, getting the right kid to the right playing field on the right day. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. We work with independent agents who keep insurance simple so you can worry about more important things, like not being that fan.
Oh, come on, Ref!
That's simple human sense.
Rayburn Insurance in Smyrna.
Come see me, Rick Hall, at Rayburn Insurance in downtown Smyrna today.
If you're looking for an authentic relationship with financial experts who genuinely care about your unique needs, Capstar Bank is for you. Capstar Bank is dedicated to the people of this community. Capstar Bank wants to help you reach your financial goals, because at Capstar Bank, you matter to us. Capstar Bank, 2230 Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard, capstarbank.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
SRM Concrete. With every new day, every sunrise, we build structures that stand the test of time. And upon their foundations are our homes, where we work, where our kids go to school. And with that comes tremendous pride. We don't just make concrete, we build relationships, trust, confidence. We're SRM Concrete. Build with us.
Hey, it's Scott. When it comes to health, there are numbers that every man needs to know, including our very own testosterone numbers. I recommend going to Low T Center, where they make it quick and easy to get your levels checked, and it's only $25. You walk in, take a simple blood test, and with their on-site lab, you'll know your results in about 25 minutes. Low testosterone levels can make you feel tired, grumpy, cause lack of motivation, and drive. It can also raise your cholesterol, cause weight gain, and loss of muscle mass. Go to lowtcenter.com now to book your appointment. Low T Center, reinventing men's healthcare.
This is Good Neighbor Events with Bart Walker. Brought to you by the law offices of John Day and AmeriCare Pest Control.
I've got
Here's Tom Sweat with AmeriCare Services Incorporated.
AmeriCare's moisture control services include mold testing, mold remediation, crawl space repair, vapor barrier, sump pump installation, radon testing, radon mitigation, and basement waterproofing. If there's something wrong in your crawl space or basement, we can probably help. Just ask for a free inspection.
893-7111. AmeriCare Services Incorporated.
Remember to send your church and civic club events to WGNS. Get them to us at least a month before they occur. And if you live in the city limits of Murfreesboro, the city is collecting your falling leaves. Just pile them up on the curb right in front of your house. And if you want to include lawn waste, bag them in a biodegradable bag and put them right by the curb. That's for listeners within the city limits of Murfreesboro. That continues through January. The Red Cross is still critically low on blood. Please give the gift of life. Call the Red Cross at 800-RED-CROSS and sign up for a blood drive that fits your schedule. There are now 2 grief support events here in our community. One of them is every Wednesday morning at 10 at the St. Clair Street Senior Center. That grief support meeting 10 o'clock every Wednesday. And the St. Clair Street Senior Center is at 325 St. Clair Street. The other one is the next day, 9:30 every Thursday morning, starts in the pavilion at Oakland's Park. You know, right next to Oakland's Mansion. 9:30 every Thursday morning. Both of those are free. Those are WGNS Good Neighbor events.
our people, that's the difference. Maples Realty and Auction.
I'm Betsy Maples Taylor with Maples Realty and Auction Company in Murfreesboro. Here's a look at our upcoming auction.
2 live auctions Saturday, October 28th. The first, a 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath home with a bonus room on 2 acres in Milton at 10 a.m. The second, a 4-bedroom, 3-bath home with shop, carport, and garage on 3 acres in Bell Buckle at 1 p.m. More information at maplesrealtyandauction.com.
Maples Realty and Auction.
Sold! Hi, this is John at L&K Trophy. We'd like you to come down and take a look at our new line of insulated tumblers. We have colored tumblers that we can engrave. They work great for gifts. We have several different sizes and styles of mugs. They can be engraved or they can be printed in full color. We also offer lots of other options for plaques. This is John at L&K Trophy, 1115 Memorial Boulevard, just down from Smith Brothers Car Wash.
Rutherford Issues with Brian Barrett on FM 101.9 and AM 1450 Murfreesboro, FM 100.5 Smyrna, and streaming at WGNSradio.com.
Rutherford Issues is powered by Middle Tennessee Electric. You know, United Communications is their internet company, and they've been serving homes and businesses throughout Middle Tennessee with super fast and reliable fiber internet services with 99.99% reliability. Find out more at mte.com/internet. United Communications, fast, local fiber. Time to talk with our friends from the Salvation Army. Majors Michael and Trish Knott joining us today. And it is unbelievably fast how this comes around every year, it seems. You may be thinking pumpkin spice, but Major Michael Knott, you're thinking kettles.
Yes, sir.
And
yes,
angel
sir.
tree already.
Kettles, angel tree. Trying to get those volunteers to look at their calendars and see when they can fill in and get that support to raise the funds we need to meet the resources that we have coming through our door.
I bet when people are thinking, you know, beach and sunshine, you're thinking about kettles, aren't you?
Yeah, pretty much started this around August. Started thinking about it.
Yeah. And Trish, you kind of do a lot with the angel tree too, and so there's a lot of planning that goes into that, I'm sure, even in August and September.
We actually were started in July so that we could get the information to our school counselors in August. So we're trying to get our last few kids in the system, and so we can get angels printed, because we really hope we'll have them out in the community by like November 3rd.
Oh, wow.
So they have plenty of time.
Yeah. So here we are. Kettle season, angel tree season. Major Michael, do you see each other much in November and December?
No.
Passing, maybe?
Yeah.
Coming and going, going and coming.
Well, I guess
Sundays.
Sundays. Well, I guess it's true. Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
And then that afternoon we take naps together.
There you go. Oh, well, that's always Sunday afternoon naps are the best, aren't they? Well, talk to us about kettles first. I guess November is around the corner, and that's usually the time we start to see kettles.
Yeah. There's sites that are opening up already, but if they haven't participated, or they have, even back before we even arrived in 2020, we're kind of reaching out to everybody that used to do it, and we're out of the COVID now, and so we're hoping that they can make it more easier for them if they go to www.registertoring.com. It'll send them to the website, and they can put in Murfreesboro, create a profile if they haven't already, and once that is, then they can select a shift time, which actually, after they look at their calendar, they can pick it. It is set up at 5-hour increments, so a 10 to 3 or 3 to 8. We set it that way that it's easier for me to kind of manage. I'm not asking an individual, unless they want to cover a 5-hour shift. And get your friends, get your neighbors, whoever would just want to make some traditional Christmas memories, then it's an opportunity for them to do that.
So how soon do they actually start here in November?
Well, we have an agreement with Belk's, and they're allowing us to start the 1st of November.
Oh, wow.
And then our Hobby Lobby's agreement will allow us to start on the 6th of November. And then our Walmarts, including Sam's, will let us start on the 18th of November. And then Kroger's allows us to start the Friday after Thanksgiving, which is the 24th. And it's not just in Murfreesboro, but we do have Smyrna, so the Hobby Lobby and the Kroger's and the Walmart in Smyrna. So if people in Smyrna, hey, it's about that time again, and if your kids in high school need some service hours, or you're in college at MTSU and you need to do it, now is the time to start calling and getting those dates that work for you, and we can make it happen.
So one thing to always remember as well, when there's money in the kettle here in Murfreesboro or in Smyrna, the dollars do stay right here, don't they?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And that's key to help keeping the programs that we know that are going on here. It helps to fund those.
It does.
So anything else about kettles that you want to tell us about here?
Well, we do have on the side not only the physical Man Spec Day, if they want to sponsor a kettle site, there's some sponsorship. There's also the Red Kettle Challenge that we've done ever since we've been here. It's really just challenging that your business, your small business, big or large, we're taking the challenge and we're going to raise at least $1,000. However that looks, it could be physically going to do it, it could be sending in, or it could be requesting a kettle or a counter kettle at your business that's going to sit there, and we're going to commit to $1,000 for the Red Kettle Challenge. Yes.
Okay.
Well, and some people have actually taken the kettle and had a Red Kettle party, had their friends come over and raise funds, or like you said, through their business. But individuals and groups can do that, and so they each can have their own kettle. Also, he didn't mention that through the Register to Ring, we can keep track of number of volunteer hours and how much a volunteer raises. And so that's a lot of fun for volunteers to see how much they've actually contributed to the total on that. I also wanted to say, when you go on there and you put in the community you want, it'll actually give you the list of sites. So not only can they pick their day, they can pick what site they want to ring at, as well as the time slot. So they have lots of flexibility to try to work it into their schedule.
Yeah, and just also know the earlier you register to ring, maybe the warmer it's going to be,
I
too.
was going to say November 1st, you can get your time in, and it's a lot warmer, definitely.
Definitely can promise the weather for you at least mid-November, or when you get in December, it's just anything goes.
Yeah, that
but
is
also want to
definitely true.
challenge those banks out there that want to do an internal bank. So, those banks out there that kind of like, I want to challenge the all branches to, hey, let's have a counter kettle and we'll try to outraise you, and we'll celebrate that together at the end of our Beyond the Bell event.
Yeah, that's and Beyond the Bells. Gosh, that was what month are you having that? Have you got that on the schedule yet?
April 24th.
Okay.
Of 24.
Of 24.
How about that?
Yeah.
That makes it all easy. So that is always a good celebration. So registertoring.com, and you can sign up for your day. And that's maybe a good challenge for business owners as well. If you want to challenge your employees to volunteer, I know that's maybe something that businesses do, and a way to challenge your employees to volunteer during the holidays, and a great way to do that. And maybe take some days. And I know I think the realtors still do that.
They do. Matar does it. They've already signed up for the major day, and so I figured up in the days that we have allotted to ring, if we had all 26 sites covered, that's over 9,000 hours of volunteer.
Oh, wow.
It's amazing.
It's amazing. And so, that's a challenge again that our advisory council is we're going to make it happen, and let's excel beyond what we've been doing the past 3 years. So it's a new day, a new era for this opportunity for.
Majors Michael and Trish Knott joining us here today from the Salvation Army. And again, registertoring.com if you'd like to register to ring the bell at the Salvation Army kettles all around Rutherford County. And this is a challenge to the north end as well in Smyrna. Lots of sites in the Smyrna area. Angel Tree, Major Trish, is also going on really simultaneously during this time. And several years ago, you kind of made a change where you really go to the schools and to the counselors who really know the deepest needs, I guess, here in our community. And that really took a lot of pressure off of really the Salvation Army of having to investigate that too, right?
And families too.
Yeah.
This year we ended up with kind of half and half. Murfreesboro City Schools, we had to do those in-person applications, and the county schools, the counselors did that again for us. But it does really help the family because they don't have to take a day off from work. They don't have, because the counselors know the families and they know they have need. So they already know if they're eligible for free and reduced lunches, so income eligibility. They go to the school, so they know residency, and then obviously the need and the age. So it makes it so much easier for the families. And the counselors, I have to give a shout out to our county counselors because they got a late start this year, so they have really been entering those kids really fast and furiously. So it's been really good.
So when will we, what is the call to action to our community here, I guess?
For right now, getting ready to be thinking about what kind of kids you want to adopt. When we get the angels out, they can, several businesses usually they don't take almost all of our angels. We have very few that have to just sit out in the community. Sam's will have a tree, but most of them are at businesses, and they can get them there or on our website. And they can select the angel and go make it a family event. Or I know there's some groups in the high school that's what they do. They go get a girl and a boy and they go shop and they have a really great time. So from the adoption process to the going and buying can be lots of fun. Make that a special holiday event. We've had, I don't know how many families that came through this year that have already called. I guess they really haven't come through. They've called and said they want to help because they received Angel Tree in the past.
Oh, wow.
So it's one of those programs that they literally give back in the future. And that's really amazing to see. We actually had a second generation that we've talked to that wants to teach their kids what it means for someone to give because they were impacted. So it's an amazing program. It seems like a lot of work, and it's all Christmas and everything, but it sends an amazing message to families about here's the hand up and helping them get on a solid ground. So adopting is great. Once we get to Thanksgiving, we start setting up the gym, and I need groups that want to come tape up big boxes. They're like 4x4, and that's 4 foot by 4 foot boxes. So it takes a couple people to do those. And I'm going to need probably 110 of those this year. And those are for families that have multiple children, like 3 or 4 and up. So it's easier to keep the whole family together if you have a big box. So setting up the gym with doing boxes, putting out labels, and then also unloading the toys and the donations that come in and setting it up so it makes it a lot easier to fill the angels for those that maybe they come in and they didn't get very much. We can add to it a little bit. Or if they needed clothes, we go through the clothes that we've had donated. And they're new, not even gently used, but they're new clothes that we put in there for Christmas. And then once that's set up that last week in November, then we're ready for volunteers to come in and start processing those angels, because they'll start rolling in. Since we'll have them out earlier, we'll start having more angels come in. I'm hoping right after Thanksgiving, if not before.
Okay. Now, you mentioned something about there was a website that people could go and find the angel. What is that website?
Yes. It's our core website, www.salvationarmymurfreesboro.org, and then on the website they can go to it says what we do, and under that has Angel Tree, and then when they click on that, they'll have the option where they can adopt or volunteer.
Okay.
So that should be up and running by November 3rd, and they'll be able to go on and start doing that.
All right. I'll put a link in the podcast here so people can kind of find that, at least the SalvationArmyMurfreesboro.org site as well, and I'll put one to register to ring as well there. So we're really, about a month or so away from this really getting kicked off to volunteer, I guess.
Yes.
At least.
Yeah, about 3 weeks, and then we'll be ready for some volunteers to start coming in a little bit at a time.
Yeah.
And usually that first couple of weeks, the angels kind of trickle in. The first week of December, they are coming in hand over fist.
Oh, yeah.
They come in pretty fast. So we can always need volunteers to help bag and tag during that time.
How many families or angels are you expecting this year, or I guess families to help?
We are over 300 families, which is coming out to about 1,200. I think we're like 1,250 angels right now. But that includes almost 400 seniors. So we had a pretty good jump in seniors this year to assist. We're helping a nursing home in Smyrna. We were able to add them to our list, as well as we have the senior center in Laverne, and then a local nursing home here. So we've got more seniors, which people are always asking for seniors, so we have more. But it's about 300 children's families that we'll do.
Now, some people may be a little unaware that you help seniors. So talk to us a little bit about that, because I think we think about Angel Tree and it's all for the kids, but this is kind of something different, and I think it's great.
Yeah, we call them silver angels. And a lot of times they are some of our elderly that are in nursing homes and they don't have any family, or maybe there's just a financial hardship, and it gives the opportunity for the activity directors to kind of get them some extra help. We do have seniors that actually come in and ask for assistance, and they have to qualify just like a child does with income and that kind of thing. But usually they're on a fixed income, or there's a health issue that's kind of got them set back, and they ask for the most practical things. It's neat to see.
Yeah, probably socks and different things like that.
Yeah, robe, slippers, and they might ask for a blanket.
Yeah.
We have a few that have asked for in the senior center, asked for maybe like a toaster oven or a toaster. We don't even think about those kinds of things. They may have had for years, but if it goes out, it goes out, kind of a thing. So, and I know we have one gentleman for the last few years. He always asks for Dr. Pepper.
Oh, wow.
Always. He's in one of the nursing homes, but he always has Dr. Pepper on there.
Just the simple things we think about.
Yeah.
Well, that's awesome. So just some deadlines to think about. Major Michael, the registertoring.com. Get signed up. You can start registering to ring the kettles as early as November 1st at Belk, and throughout November. They'll just kind of, as the weeks go along, the dates will get more numerous, and once we hit Thanksgiving, it's pedal to the metal.
Absolutely.
And also the Angel Tree program kicking off as well. And I'm sure that we will see the Salvation Army vehicles just up and down the roads.
Up and down.
Here come November and December. So appreciate you both spending some time with us today. I know that it's a busy time of the year for you. And we look forward to helping spread the word however we can.
Absolutely. Thank you so
All right.
much.
Thank you. Our friends from the Salvation Army joining us today, Majors Michael and Trish Knott here on Rutherford Issues from News Radio WGNS. If you missed any part of the program, check our podcast, and also Facebook, Twitter, and Big G TV.
There are places where people talk, and then there are places that people talk about. News Radio WGNS is both on air, online, and on the phone.
When a loved one passes, the family faces a number of tasks and decisions, which can be overwhelming when paired with grief. For this reason, we at Woodfin Memorial Chapel encourage all to make pre-arrangements. Come to our Murfreesboro location to pick up a pre-planning book to help you get started. I'm Shannon Woodfin Parsons with Woodfin Funeral Chapels, Murfreesboro and Smyrna.